Okay, here's an example of another oops. I got a little carried away and my safety pin is clear in here. And the end of my elastic, if I feel it correctly, is right there. And so it's actually a good 1/4 of an inch past where my line is. And you know, if I had gone, I don't know, if I wasn't doing this on camera, I probably would have just tacked it down, but you guys would know that that's not on the line that I drew. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is just keep scrunching and keep pulling without tacking it down first, without sewing it down. And just go ahead and pull that elastic on out and start again. And this time, pay attention. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to me. Don't mess up this time. People are watching. People might be watching. Alright, that's probably good. It's right here. So sew on that line that you drew. Back and forth. Back and forth. Done. And then keep fishing that safety pin through to the other end. See if I can get my safety pin all the way into the corner there. Go ahead and tack that down. Oh, that happens sometimes. My machine's kind of old and it likes to come unthreaded randomly. I try to hold the end of the thread down, but sometimes it still comes unthreaded. And sometimes you'll see me actually make this thread, this top one, longer than it needs to be. That's so to prevent it from coming out of there. So I have to fish my safety pin back through because I had let go of it and it sprung back into the diaper, into that casing. Alright, let's not mess this up this time. Good. Done. That's 2 elastics down, 1 more to go. Okay, I went ahead and put in, sorry about the shaking, the other elastic for you. So now we have all 3 elastics, 1 for each leg and 1 across the back. I'm actually going to fold this on itself and just check to make sure that the elastic 2 legs are the same length. And it looks like they are exactly the same length, so we're good. Let's go ahead and put these last little flap snaps in, and oh, I forgot to top stitch. Let's top stitch. Is that a good idea? What do you think? So what I'm going to do is rub this out here, and then I actually top stitch right on the inner edge of my foot, that hole in the foot. And I usually do it on the white side, not the colored side. The reason being is I can see what I'm doing better if I use the white side. Major props to those people who can sew a baby doll diaper, a preemie diaper, or a keychain diaper. Although the keychain diapers probably don't have any elastic, so they're probably a little bit easier. But still, man, these diapers are so little. Did they go too far? Looks good. I'll rub on this a little bit here. So my foot is actually hitting the snap area on this one. So this top stitching may not be straight because it pulled it just a little. I can probably go back and try it again if I felt like it. I probably don't feel like it. It'll still catch poop. And it may have just done it on the other side too. It gets pretty close to the edge there, that snap area does. I'll rub on this a little bit. Get that seam out. Flat. Gotta rub that out of there. Alright. See what that did. Oh man, that's awful. Yeah, see, I hit that snap area. I'm actually going to take that out because I don't like it. I'm pickier than that. Gosh. So when I seam rip, I usually just do a couple of stitches at a time. I don't know if you can see that or not. So 1, 2, 3, just count in 3 stitches and pull that out. 4 stitches or so. I'll leave the corner in because it looks fine. So then there's that. Pull those stitches out of there. I did it on the top side because you can see it. I'm actually going to pull a few more on this side. I could have done it on the white side, but it would be really hard for you guys to see. Alright, so I'm actually going to sew on this side of the fabric so I can see what I can make sure I'm getting straight. I'm going to overlap the stitches that are already there. Only going to do 1 back stitch. Keep it straight. One back stitch. That's all I need. See if that looks any better. Yes. That looks better. Not too shabby. Alright, let's cut my threads and then we'll put in those snaps. Oh. Or I could finish top stitching. I am eager to finish. Oh. I left my safety pin in this diaper. Look. There it is. A very common Jen mistake to make. I wonder if it got squirrely on me because it was a t-shirt knit instead of my normal cotton that out there. Can never decide if I should go one more stitch or not. My machine won't stop mid-stitch, so it'll either do one more or not. And I never can decide if one more stitch is going to be too much or just right. Back stitch that a little bit. Let's see if I did any better. A little bit. I got a little too close to the corner. See, that was me trying to decide if I should go one more or not, and I shouldn't have. Alright, let's do this last little bit. Put your foot down. Another case where I shouldn't have gone that extra stitch. I wonder if it'll let me take it back out. We'll see. Experiment. Experiments are fun. I did it again. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Not a very good experiment. It failed. Back stitch. Call it a done. Top stitch trip. Ah! Holy cow, it worked. It was a successful experiment. Wow. That's awesome. There we go. Yeehaw. Alright, cut your threads and meet me back at the snap table. Okay, we're almost done. Let's put these snaps in. Same as before. Grab a pile, throw them on the table. So I'm actually going to turn it so that I line these up. Let's actually make sure that my two tabs are exactly the same. One's just slightly bigger than the other, but I don't think we'll notice. So I like to line those up with those two snaps and kind of judge where they should be based on that. There's the first one, and because it's on the socket row, it has to be a stud. So grab a stud. Squish that down. And I like to sometimes snap it and then line up that other side. You can sort of feel through the fabric where it should be. Get it lined up, poke it through. And this one needs to be the socket. Almost there. Line it up a little bit here. Go with the flow. That looks good. And this is a socket. Pay attention, Jen. Don't do it wrong. You want to go to bed sometime soon. Alright. And let's put in our last snap and get it. Have I been off the video? I'm so sorry. Not centered or anything. Well, you can still hear me anyway. Not that that's a good thing either. I'm on my socket row, so let's put in a stud. Done. The diaper is done. The diaper is done, people. It's actually really cute. I think the t-shirt diapers are my favorite. Like, I can't even tell you. The prints are cute and all, and this adorable minky is very soft, but the t-shirt ones, they actually remind me of a t-shirt. They look and feel like a t-shirt. I have two that I've washed and washed, and it still reminds me of a t-shirt. It still looks like a t-shirt. For the pictures, all covers, unless they're laying flat for their pictures, all covers look better with inserts. And so I have an insert here. This one is made out of 2 layers of microfiber and 2 layers of fleece. The fleece is just to keep the microfiber off the baby's bottom. I did not end up giving this to my sister-in-law with that other set of diapers I gave her. Mostly because I'm not a big fan of microfiber, honestly. And I don't even think 2 layers would have been enough. And I didn't have the heart to make any more of them because it was hard, and I prefer flour sack towels anyway. So one of these days I will show you guys how to make inserts, but today is not that day. I have to get to bed. This is what this looks like when it's stuffed, as they say. And I like to take pictures of it stuffed because it kind of holds it out better. Especially the bum always looks better when the diaper has something in it to hold it out. Anyway, that's what it looks like. I'll post some pictures. Good night.